What's good, everybody? Now, when we're talking about iconic dishes, according to me, one of the most iconic Indian Chinese dishes is chili paneer. Now, a traditional chili paneer has got a lot of oil, a lot of ajinomoto, and most importantly, it's got the really unhealthy coating of carbohydrate around the paneer. But BeerBiceps is all about that health and fun balance. We're cooking up a tasty but healthy version of chili paneer. Okay, golden rule of Chinese cooking, it's always all about the ingredients. The cooking process is simple, but you need to be sure about the ingredients. The story of Indian Chinese begins with finely diced garlic, essential. Finely diced ginger, another essential of all Chinese cooking. Next, coming to slit chili, completely according to your own taste. If you don't like spicy food, skip it. In traditional Chinese cooking, they de-seed the chili, so do that if you want. Then, onion cut like this in these big blocks or whatever these things are called. Next, capsicum cut in a similar way to the onion. Remember, you want your chili paneer to have a bit of bite. Next, coming to cornstarch. This is primarily a thickener for the sauce for the chili paneer. Now, in this mostly healthy chili paneer recipe, that's probably one of the only slightly unhealthy ingredients. Next, coming to pepper, because I put pepper in everything, another optional ingredient. And that's that with the dry ingredients. Moving on to the wet ingredients, starting with white vinegar. Simple kitchen vinegar, you get this anywhere, any general store, adds a lot of acidity. Next, essential of Chinese cooking, dark soy sauce. This adds a lot of saltiness and color to the dish and just makes it more Chinesey overall. Next, any ketchup of your liking. If you want it spicy, take a spicy sauce like this. But if you're not a big fan of chili, just go with a regular tomato ketchup. And finally, raw honey. Now, generally sugar is used instead of honey, but raw honey is a healthy option. You can also go for stevia. Next, completely optional, oyster sauce or fish sauce. Now, if you're a pure vegetarian, avoid this. But if you eat non-veg, make sure you add this to the paneer. Now, I get why Chinese cooking can be a little bit intimidating because of the number of ingredients. But trust me, once you get your ingredients right, the cooking is super simple. Okay, and the final ingredient used in Indian Chinese cooking especially is the spring onion or lamba kanda. So different parts of the spring onion are used for different purposes. The part I'm sprinkling is used as a garnish. That's from the bottom half of the plant, but the top half is actually used in the cooking process. Now before we start work on the chili paneer, we need to prep the paneer. Now in a traditional chili paneer, the paneer's got a coating of flour, cornstarch, which is deep fried to make it all crispy. Now we are trying to go for a healthier version of chili paneer. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a teaspoon of oil and just place my cubes of fresh paneer on this non-stick and allow them to get some color and some crispiness. Also, did I mention that pan-seared paneer just tastes awesome? Well, if I didn't, then it does. So what you're looking for is that magical golden brown tinge on all sides of the cubes and your paneer is good to go. And now it's a great time to start work on the sauce. So the first step is to get that cornstarch that we had and mix just a little bit of water in it. This mixture of cornstarch and water is a natural thickener for the sauce that we're going to use eventually. Okay, the first step of the cooking process, make sure all your ingredients are neatly placed next to your cooking area. So make sure you keep all your ingredients in bowls like this and just keep them ready. Okay, golden rule of Chinese cooking, you start with a really hot flame and get your wok very hot. Then I'm going to go in with a tablespoon of oil. If you want, you can go in with slightly lesser oil than this. Now you remember those spring onions I spoke about? We're going to cut up the top part of the spring onion and just fry it about. You can add a bit of the green in there just for some color and some more added flavor. Next, you can go in with the finely chopped garlic. Now keep in mind that the more garlic you put, the more Indian-y it'll taste. So make it according to your own taste. Next, you can go in with the ginger. Indian Chinese has generally equal parts of ginger and garlic. Next, chili that I've just chopped this way, but again, completely according to your own taste. The one thing you gotta keep in mind with Chinese cooking is that the wok is super hot and all the ingredients are gonna burn if you don't toss it about. The cooking by itself won't take more than 10 minutes, but you've gotta be careful not to burn it. Now this is a great point to go in with those bell peppers or capsicum and those chopped onions. Now keep in mind you want a bit of crunch in both the bell peppers and the onions. So that's why we don't add them in the beginning, contrary to what we do in Indian cooking. Okay, now you just gotta season the onions a little bit to help them to start sweating. And then put a little bit of pepper, completely again according to your own taste. Keep tossing it about, let the flavors combine, and now we can start work with the wet ingredients. So it starts with just putting a bit of water to deglaze the wok and just combine the flavors better. And that's when you can go with the first cap of soya sauce, the second cap of soya sauce, and just let that dark goodness do its magic. Now keep in mind that both soy sauce and the 2 caps of fish sauce that we add are super salty and they kind of season the whole dish. So you don't need to add too much salt other than these sauces. So just again toss it about, let the flavors combine, and now to balance out all the saltiness, I'm going to be going in with raw honey. Now because it's raw, it's not that sweet. If you're using regular processed honey, just go in with half a teaspoon. Next, we can go in with that cornstarch water just to thicken up the whole dish. Also put a little more water just to deglaze the wok and combine the flavors even better than they were already combined. And just toss it about. You can see how the texture is changing. It's kind of becoming gooier and thicker. And this thicker sauce is more pleasant to eat. So once it's at your desired consistency, you can go in with the paneer. I personally like it a little thick, just like this. So go in with all that pre-fried paneer and just make sure that the sauce coats it really well. So again, if you want it a little more saucy, add a little water. If you don't, then just do these fancy things with your wok and you're good to go. Next, you can go in with just a dash of vinegar, just to kind of, take it in that acidic direction. And finally, go in with that hot and sweet sauce to just add a bit of spice and a bit of sweetness. So before serving, you'd want to taste it just a little bit and adjust the seasoning or the acidity or whatever you want to adjust. Make it according to your taste. And finally, your paneer chili is ready. You can garnish it with chilies, the bottom half of the spring onion, and some white sesame seeds. Oh yeah!